I don't know how long I actually spent. It'll tell you in a second, but I calculated this to the depth of my calculation abilities. What's up, y'all? It's Chestnut. I played this game and I found it fascinating what ends up happening. So, early on, he's just playing stuff I've never even seen in my life. So, F4? I don't know what to do there. I don't even have game analysis on, so I don't know if it's. It says it's the birds opening. Never heard of it in my life. I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall for this one. And I'm playing somebody who's 1200, so I mean, it was in my head a little bit because, trying to move up the ladder, sometimes you think a little bit too much about those types of things. So I'm locking down the position. I'm not sure if that's the smarter thing to do, but yeah, the position's getting locked down harder and harder. I'm feeling like I have no movement already. Like, he pretty much shut down my bishop on that side. And my knight has some maneuverability, but I didn't feel like I had a ton. So that was just a bad move on him. I think it gives up tempo for no reason. Like, I don't know. If you wanted the bishop, I guess if he wanted the bishop there, he got what he meant to do, but I just felt like it was a bad move, kind of, for what reason. And right here, I'm already feeling pretty good because, I have a little bit of movement, and I don't feel like he has anything that really, wins him. And right here, my knight, it is a little bit maneuverable. I'm thinking about trying to win that pawn. If I don't win the pawn, I'm comfortable opening up this file. That's what I was thinking. Because, if I go there and he takes with the bishop, I open the file. I'm not really stressed about that. Him pushing that pawn actually made me feel better about it. I thought, cool, he's giving up structure. So that's going to be good. Right here, I thought this move was fine. I did calculate this for a little bit, not a ton. Let's see how much time that took. Yeah, I thought of it beforehand, so I don't know. It's weird because it adds time. I probably didn't think that long about it, but I did think, worst case scenario with this move, I trade down material. Best case scenario, I would have pawn. But see, I was thinking for sure he's gonna take with the bishop. He takes with the bishop. I take with the knight. He has to move his queen wherever. Then I probably win that pawn. That's what I'm thinking. That's as far as I calculated. And no, instead he just throws away his queen. So now I have a fork. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm 3 points up right now. I don't have knights, but anybody would take that most of the time, unless you're a genius and have more foresight than me. Winning a queen 9 times out of 10, I mean, probably more than that, you're happy about it. So right here, I'm thinking I got the queen. I just have to play a solid game, not mess up. Easier said than done, but I think I do okay. So right here, I'm thinking I don't really want to trade the rook, but if I do end up trading the rook in this position, he takes, I take. That's okay. I even thought I could just take with the other one, be fine. Here, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of BSing moves. I didn't have much thought behind any of these moves. I'm just kind of thinking, what can I do? And this move was a little bit desperation because, I'm up on material, but I don't have any movement. So I have nowhere to go. My queen can't really maneuver anywhere. I didn't really want to bust this side open for whatever reason. So I feel like, whatever, I'm going to throw that pawn up. If he takes en passant, then, you know, that works for me. If he takes with the pawn, that works for me as well. So I'm just trying to open the position, get some things moving. You know, trading down even when you're ahead feels fine. Feels mighty fine. Not that I wouldn't trade down even for no reason sometimes. Here I am definitely going to try to trade down the bishops. He doesn't let it happen, but I thought if there's anything that can get my queen out of there, it's good. You know, if my queen can get anywhere on his side of the board in this position without losing it, I just start picking pieces off, you know. So right here, I did get a little scared, but there's not much you can do with a bishop and a rook, in my opinion. I do decide to offer the trade down just because, I don't know. I was just scared he might get some weird discovered attack or something, start picking off pieces. I liked my position. I felt like it's just better to trade here. So yeah, I'm totally trading that. Right there, again, I'm just thinking get my queen involved to the point where I trade down bishops. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to win this. Somewhere along the lines, I did lose a point of material. I just didn't feel like it was going to matter because, I don't know, I just feel like I have the advantage. His rook's useless. His knight can't really go anywhere either. This knight's doing a pretty good job, though. Right there, in hindsight, maybe I should have took with the pawn. Threat his knight, get him off that h5 defense. So I'm thinking I probably should have. I don't see how that could have really went wrong if I just took that with the pawn. I took it with the rook, and it gets me to this weird, complicated position. I didn't know it. So obviously I have it pinned. I pinned the knight. I was aiming to take that pawn. Again, just trying to get my queen out there. Queen needs to get involved. Right here, it just gets really ugly, and it turns into this weird thing. I don't even know that I should have checked there. It just gets to this really weird position. So I can't take there, obviously. Can't take there, obviously. He has an attack coming to the queen if he chooses to go that route. I'm just not feeling too great about this position, but I have time, so I have 17 minutes in a 15-minute game. That's pretty damn good, you know. So yeah, right there, I'm looking at every angle of this. Thinking about going there, thinking about going there, thinking, you know, take there, just go ahead and sacrifice the rook, because if he takes there, I take with the queen, get a fork, then just take there. You know, I'm thinking of everything. He ends up checking me, which I definitely think he should have tried to figure out a way to, I don't even think you have to figure out a way. Just go there. You know, it's fine. He can't move this. Yeah, he can't move that knight, because then I just take. The pawn move I don't think was good. And then, you know, he can't check with this knight or do really anything with this knight either. Not because it's like defending much here. It just has nowhere to go that I wouldn't just, you know, exploit or something somehow. So this is the position where I'm stressed out, dude. And man, I don't know how long I actually spent. It'll tell you in a second, but I calculated this to the depth of my calculation abilities. And you know, the basics of it are, I have 3 attackers, and he has 3 attackers. But I'd have to go first. You know, so I would just lose everything. I'd be trading everything down for nothing. So that's obviously not going to work. So I'm stressing out, like, I'm looking at every little thing. I'm like, is there, I don't know, is this like one of these puzzles where there's a scholar's mate or something? And tell me right here, what move would you do? I'm kind of scared to go away from the position because I'm concerned if I leave the position with any of my pieces, like, you know, retreat or anything, he might start winning material. You know, I'm looking at everything. Like, maybe I just throw the rook up, attack his rook. You know, that doesn't work. Throw the rook up there. That doesn't work. I even considered, like, what if I just trade right there, my queen? That doesn't work. I tried different variations. Maybe I go here. If he takes with the bishop, do I have any moves now? I still don't. I still don't have any moves. So this is just lost. I have nothing here unless I'm missing something still. There's just nothing there. So after much calculation, I decide that, you know, I'm up on material. All I have to do is not lose my material, and I take the pawn. So this move actually took me 4 minutes, which is unheard of for me. I just throw moves out, you know. So I'm thinking, I don't know what type of response he could have. This, I didn't feel like it was like the best move I could have made. I was thinking, you know, is he gonna trade the knight there? You know, I would take the knight, but then he would get my bishop. Even trade, but the position being just complicated and weird, wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was very scared in this position. He makes the worst move possible. Maybe not the worst move, but, you know, after all that talk, I'm doing all this calculation. This is why I wanted to even cover this game. I'm doing all this calculation, trying to figure out any which way I can maneuver this, because he has 3 defenders on that. I have 3 attackers. I go first. I lose them all. So, what does he do? He gets his 3rd defender off it. So now the trade makes sense. The game is pretty much over at this point. Am I going to trade down on this? Of course. Of course I'm going to trade down. Like, what's weird too is I had 4 minutes to think of that. So he must have known that I was really calculating it. Maybe there was just no other move, though, and he was hoping for me to mess up on something. But yeah, I don't do anything rocket science-like after this. It's just a one-in game. Like, you know, no matter what happens, I'm just going to win it. There's nothing here for them, unless I were to blunder my queen. Even then, I have so many pawns. No, if I blunder my queen, I lose. But, yeah, keeping it simple. I just know I have a checkmate. That's it. But, yeah, that game was crazy. Sometimes you just got to let your opponent lose. You don't have to win, if that makes any sense.